chapter 4. And prayer by Nancy.
Okay, dear Lord, we thank you again for bringing us together, and Lord, we thank you for our safety, and we thank you over this wonderful holiday weekend. You gave us such a great time together at the memorial here in town. We thank you for the people who have all put that together, Lord, and all the townspeople who came out for it, and we hope you continue to bless that and bring people out to honor the veterans and the men who have died, women who have died for our country. And Lord, please bless this meeting and help us to make great decisions for our seniors in our town. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you. Secretary's report.
Secretary's report.
That's you.
Okay, so this is from our meeting that we had on April 23rd. And present were Director Claudia Provenzel, Chairperson Flo Purvier, Vice Chair Nancy Afonso, Secretary Mel Shaughnessy, Treasurer Ken Horvath, Board Members Sue Brady, Lorraine Michaels. It was reported John Nason will be submitting his resignation from the COA Board. Not present were members Bill Lipka and John Nason. Nancy started with a prayer. Secretary's report was presented by Mel, me, for the March meeting. Motion to accept Sue, second Lorraine, and the motion passed unanimously. The treasurer's report was presented by Ken Horvath. All the figures are the same that was in his written report, so I guess I don't read it anymore. I put it in writing for the.
No, that's okay. It should be in writing, because you're not attaching my report to the minutes, so.
Right. New business. Flo reported that she's been trying to reach Jan Michaud to select the tree she would like to plant in her yard in memory of her late husband, Farmer Rich Michaud. There is no monetary figure yet. Nancy reported Ken, one of our seniors, donated a lovely new puzzle board. Betty Cormier, one of our seniors, donated 30+ May baskets and earned about over $100 for the center. Nancy reported our Friday morning art group instructor has retired. She has spoken with Jen, a woman who would be interested in taking over the art program. She would like $50 per hour or $1,500 a year for 2 hours a month. Nancy reported Jen instructs in all mediums and would do an open house and an art show. Nancy has applied to GFA for a grant, and GFA will be voting on that grant application on May 10th. Volunteer schedule and responsibilities. Claudia thanked everyone for pitching in during her vacation. Outreach. The Ryan Jones family requested a monthly thank you note be sent to Hannaford's. Mel will take care of this request, which I did so far. A sympathy card was sent to Joan Polnick's family. A thank you note was sent to Lorraine for taking over our flower garden, and a thank you note was sent to Scott Bryant for directing our music program at Mrs. Coleman's absence. Programs. Strawberry Social, 5/15/24. Senior meeting with T.A. Boudreaux on 5/15. Fire Department on 5/16. And a mock cooking program to be determined, the date to be determined. Claudia's looking into a Victorian Christmas play, 2 days and 3 nights in Pennsylvania, a deep sea fishing trip, and a shopping trip to Kittering, Maine. Ken suggested we consider another barbecue, and this will depend in part on the deck construction timeframe.
You nuts.
That was fun, Bill.
That's what you get for missing the meeting.
That was fun.
You weren't standing on your feet for 2.5 hours in front of the HUD.
I was
Objective,
running
right?
around the room though, doing stuff.
Wait a minute, this is suggested by Ken.
Well, maybe you should get rid of them.
That's what I said.
Okay,
No.
Okay, back to-
wait,
back to the
let's get our focus back on.
Okay, so deck update.
Hot
Claudia
dogs,
reported.
hamburgers.
We may sign the contract tomorrow at 2 p.m. at a 2 p.m. meeting. The price has gone up due to an increase in the cost of materials. The Friends have given us an additional $8,000. The contractor can start in August and construction will take approximately 6 weeks. The base proposal is $155,752, and it's not refundable. Ken stated we have $159,000. Claudia suggested we wait until the deck is completed before spending any other money. Memorial Day, the Golden Age Group will be in charge of the ice cream social for Memorial Day. Boutique and yard sales, the Friends will be in charge of these events. COA board membership, the board discussed the need for a new member to replace John Mason.
Where are you?
Motion to adjourn, Mel, second Nancy, and we adjourned at 5 p.m. Next meeting, right now, 5:28 at 4 p.m.
Motion to accept,
Yeah.
I make a motion that we accept the secretary's report.
seconded,
I'll second
thank you. Treasurer's report?
Treasury report, this is the, these numbers are as of today. So, supplies, we have $307.71. The services account, we have $135.66. In the gift account, we have $86,212.97. In the formula grant account, we have $17,573.50.
In the gift account, we have what? 86,000?
$86,212.97. In the GFA grant account, we have $17.90. In the senior building account, we have $2,651.84, and we have $3,000 in the Barry Savings Charitable Foundation.
Ken, you've got, the formula grant, we have 17,000, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
$17,573.50. And that's it, and that's as of today.
I can't, what,
I have a question,
Yeah.
if I could be so bold.
Yeah.
it's going in the donation account. Because when you
Oh, you
looked at
talked-
this,
okay, never mind.
yeah.
This is the
That's services.
services. Does this money have to be spent before June first?
Services.
July 1st.
July, we
July
have to,
1st,
we
yeah.
have to spend, yes.
Yes,
So the 135
June
and the
30th,
307.
Yeah, we have to spend it
You
by
have to
June
spend
3rd.
by June 30th?
yeah.
Okay.
Could we buy stamps, could we buy a roll of stamps
They're
with
getting
that?
a postage machine. The
Who is?
town.
And we're gonna be able to use it?
Yeah.
Are we gonna have to pay for it though, aren't we?
What,
How does that work, Sue?
well, first of all, you save at least 5 cents a stamp. Okay? And more than likely, you'll have to put your department so the machine will calculate what you're spending for postage. That's how the modern day postage machines work.
So you like we get a bill?
But we don't know when we're getting
No.
this postage thing, do we?
It's at a town meeting. It's gonna be
Town meeting,
voted.
you're gonna vote for it?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Just think of the mail that is sent out of this place.
And how much money does a postage stamp machine
Okay,
cost?
so if a postage stamp costs 50 cents, you use the postage machine, it's 45.
And how much does a postage machine cost? On top of your 45 cents that you're paying, how much does a postage machine cost?
There is a stipend that you have to pay Pitney Bowes, but the town, it's modern, think about,
Well, no, I'm not arguing with you, I just
Yeah.
wanted to know how much the price.
it's,
Was
I don't
the
know.
price of the
I
machine
can
was
go
cost.
what Omni
no.
paid, and that was 4 or 5 years
Is
ago.
that somebody's cell phone?
Sounds like a
That's-
regular telephone.
Yeah, it's Claudia's cell phone.
Oh.
It depends,
Probably
you
with
know,
grandkids.
technology has changed.
My beautiful
Some things
grandkids.
are cheaper than they were years ago to rent.
Are they gonna charge us a part of that fee, I guess is the question? So, I'm just asking.
Who cares?
Well, because if it's 5 cents,
They
then
would have to ask us.
it might be
Yeah.
cheaper for us to buy our own stamps, that's all I'm saying.
They would have to ask us, and they haven't.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be part of the general fund,
Okay.
it's part of the town, and yeah, I mean.
They'll put underneath
And
it.
if I ask a question, please don't react that way.
But we shouldn't we just vote on,
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just
question
asking
is-
about the stamps because
You need
I'm
some.
supposed to be sending things out and,
You don't have any stamps?
So if
there's like, I don't know,
if there's
I'll say
nobody
there's
available,
6
you gotta
left.
send out stamps,
So we might need to get stamps for the,
is she able to use that machine without?
Well, the machine's not here,
The
she's
machi-
out, she
machine
can use.
isn't
Right,
here
it needs to be
now.
approved
It
first.
has to
Yeah.
be voted on
Yeah.
at town meeting.
So meanwhile, maybe we should agree to allow you to get postage stamps.
Yeah, the question is, you have 2 or 3 things to mail out. It's easier just to go to the draw and take out 2 or 3 stamps and and then have to wait in the machine and what it is, you know. I think that
Yeah.
you should have some on hand,
Yeah,
anyway.
so I think she should be allowed to get some stamps, but.
Yeah,
Okay, is that part of his treasurer's report though?
No.
Should we just vote on that
We
first
should
and then?
motion to accept Ken's treasurer's report.
and I'm sorry I digressed, I'm sorry.
I make a motion to accept Ken's
I'll second,
report.
There you go,
unless you have.
Motion
unless you
accepted.
have-
Okay.
we can spend the money later,
Discussion.
Yeah.
Moving
Business.
closer to.
Moving right along.
Volunteer scholarship, scholarship. Yeah, who takes care of the volunteer?
Oh, I think that was,
Outreach?
Oh, well.
Outreach is,
No, I don't do
you don't do
that.
outreach?
that was probably.
I do
part of the
outreach, I
volunteer
don't do
schedule and
volunteer
responsibilities.
yeah, but you do the outreach, right?
Volunteer
I do
schedule
the
and
outreach.
responsibilities.
And you want
Oh,
stamps.
basically
And
what
I
it
want
is.
stamps. Trying to think what I did this month. Let me get my outreach.
Yeah, that's
I think the volunteer schedule was for when,
That's when she was
Oh,
on.
Claudia
yeah,
was.
I
So we can
can
scratch
take that
that?
off now.
Yeah, you can
Why
take
I
that off,
Scratch that.
Take that.
cause
I
it
just
it
thought
throws
we
us
did
off.
do with those, but,
Is Claudia back?
yeah. I don't know.
See, this is cause he missed the last meeting,
I haven't heard.
I haven't seen him
come to the
forever.
meetings.
Okay, outreach.
Okay, so outreach, I'm just looking to see what I did. I know I did some stuff. Oh, I sent thank yous to a number of people. I'll just get to my page where I am. Had conversations with some of our seniors who don't come in anymore, Dave Simmerer for one. And spoke with Jean Nelson, who lives, she and her husband own the house that is now part of Country Hen, so they live in the White House on the corner now. And she donated some stuffed animals and stuff, I went and picked up. And then, spoke with Janice from the school about the Memorial Day program. And I think that's about what I did last month. Okay.
Did you go to a wedding?
Did go to a wedding.
I
And I
was way
for-
outraged.
And I left my phone home, but I'll bring it next time in.
Oh,
I
okay.
may have an album by then, maybe, I don't know, they're still on their honeymoon, cause they couldn't go right away, so they're in Greece right now.
Is this going into the
This is
minutes?
far
Look at the
outreach.
minutes
No, I'm not
there.
taking it.
Greece, put
And then
that in the outreach.
Who's
No,
in
but
charge
it's
of the
being-
program?
but it's
Yeah,
being
I'm just
recorded.
doing-
She's our secretary, so she
Probably
won't.
not saying
Yeah, you shouldn't touch.
Moving right along.
I know where they live.
Yes,
No, that bit
we've
don't
gotta
do.
stop being silly because right now we're on camera.
I know.
Alright, let's see what about the programs, who was in charge of, checking out different programs?
I'll talk
Nancy
about
was
HERT.
one.
Well, Claudia's been helping with that, so, so Pat and I submitted an, application online and, didn't hear, and then when I called, they said the May 10th was the date that they would be discussing, you know, who would get the monies. It's not really a grant, it's, community funds, is what GFA calls it. And so May 10th came and left and I waited, no, nothing, so, Claudia, since she's back, was kind enough to call them and find out that they never received our application.
Oh, geez.
It was all online, and I know I talked to Sue about it, and cause she had done one before, a GFA
Yep.
community funds thing, and we're like, and there's no really thing, they do say thank you for I mean, it does say thank you, but whatever. So they never got it, so Claudia was kind enough to talk
Probably went to Spain.
to the powers that be at GFA and, get some monies for our art program, not what I put in for that $1,500, which was gonna include $1,200 for a year, $100 a month to the teacher, and then some monies for an opening program and a final program kind of thing, you know. But, so we received just today,
Yeah,
750.
Here's my letter,
so she has a
my
letter about
letters
it.
and stuff, yeah, it's just, let me just show you, where's the last one?
And that is earmarked for the music program?
No, this is the art program.
Art program.
Art program.
Oh, this is the
I was
art
doing this for
right.
Cindy, for Cindy's art program, because the gentleman retired, I'm gonna say, from doing it with us.
Yeah, she said, just following up with you, we appropriated to donate $750,000.
Oh, $50.
Oh, we'll
not
take that.
$50, I'm sorry.
That's
We'll
a
take that,
big
no,
one.
no.
$750, I'm
take
sorry.
it.
I like the
first
one, I like the first one. I'm sorry, $750,000.
I just thought of something, how much were we giving the previous instructor?
I didn't get that.
She
For
paid
2
that
hours.
for me.
He's getting $120.
Yeah,
to the,
not a lot.
was
Month,
tech
and he was coming in
lunch.
4 times
Going
a month, right?
Yeah.
lunch thing
So
on
this is
Friday.
a lot for one time a month.
Was it 120?
They weren't,
Well,
well,
it's a
they
professional
were
number.
and they were talking about it well.
We don't
it
have a
was-
list
it
of
was-
what she's going to be doing
we'll
every
just
single
get
month,
together and
who's
go to
going to
lunch.
be here
Wasn't
to
it-
do
Oh,
the
she's
program.
gonna do an opening
$40
program and find out what people are interested
It
in.
was $10
Once a
$10
month.
an hour,
Check
it
$20.
out.
It was $20, 20, 40, 60, 80.
Yep.
I think it was $20 an hour,
Skyline
Yeah.
Bistro.
or something like
So
that,
we
or
don't know
$10 an hour.
what's
is
going
$2.
on.
Are we
So
ready
she
for
showed
the
me
president to ask questions? 'Cause I can't hear her.
I am the president.
I know. You're trying to get through
We all
her.
need to
Sorry.
shut up.
I said, do we have a program where she tells us who is going to teach these classes for the amount of money we're giving her, and what
So-
we are going to be doing?
Yep, so she has a resume, I have it all on my computer, all in the computer. She has a resume, she has, all the things that she can do, and she plans to bring in some guests on her own, like, for non-payment. But she wants to have an opening program first and find out what people are interested in learning. And then she will go off from that, as to what she would teach. So she gets she gets more or less $75 or $100 an hour at the other places she goes. She said she would, if we did $50, she would still come.
I'm not saying that she's not worth it, I'm just saying that we wanna know what she's teaching and who is teaching it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And if that's an amount for us to pay when we come to that class. Is it a free class to us, or do we have
Yes,
to?
no, it
put
would
all the
be,
money?
she would just take that as her funds, and
We
she.
pay her.
we
The
would-
center, the
I
center
know,
should,
know what I'm
So
saying.
not the individuals,
No.
no.
So if you're teaching 8 people, are
Not
they
the
gonna be all
individuals.
free?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I want to know, whether they had to pay a fee to do that class.
Right, but we can't, right now, it's not gonna work for a year, cause we
Uh-huh.
didn't get the 1,500, we got half of that. We didn't actually ask for that, after Claudia spoke with the GFA person, they suggested, at this point, cause they had already had their May 10th meeting and everything without our
Yeah.
application.
Yep.
And I think it's kinda like the cultural grant, I don't think they probably want to give out that kind of money to each group that asks for money, or each person that asks for money. I just was looking before I came at the cultural grant for this year, they've already distributed the money in Hubbardston. They pay in reimbursement form, and people were getting between $100 and like $550. There was only one, I think they got a little more than that. So, people, they're kinda like that, they don't give out like over $1,000 and more. So I think at this point, I can't apply for the cultural grant for 2024. I was hoping to get some more money for that program, so the program could be a year program.
Yeah.
Versus, at this point, it would be a 7-month program.
What,
But-
So
what
the cultural
plan-
grant starts from what to what? Is that go from June
I
to
think
June,
it's
or does that
October.
go from,
Well, October's
October to
when they
October?
October's when they decide.
but does it go June to June?
Well, October is when
What
they
does it go?
decide, and then you can't, they're not gonna look at your submission again until the next October.
So this coming October, they'll look again, or not?
Yes.
Okay,
When
so
did
does
we-
it go from June to June? Cause you wanna put in your application before October, right? Before it, or no?
Do you remember the date we had to get it in?
I don't remember which date in October, I don't remember which
Yeah, I
date,
think it was
it's
the
usually,
first week or
Well, it
something.
sounds if you have to submit it by October, it would be for programs that run on a
January.
calendar year,
I would think January.
starting
the
the
program-
following
you
January.
can have
I
the
mean,
pro-
that's what was logical,
no,
that gives them
no.
time to look at it.
No, your
No, they
programs, your program can be whenever you want, it can be a single day, it can be any time in that period, it's a reimbursement. So, if they just care about when they give you the money, I've done this cultural grant before for myself too, for groups I'm in. And so you're gonna, when you get the money, you distribute it for whenever in that past year you wanna distribute for, do you know what I mean? I thought they were gonna start doing
So
it
the culture
ahead of time.
grants that we get for the senior center, when we do our programs, for the senior center, say, Dennis applied for a cultural grant.
Yeah, but you didn't get it, he got it.
He got it,
Mhm.
right.
Mhm.
So the other people will apply for it, like the art teacher could apply for the cultural grant from
She could,
Hubbardston.
and she's done
Yeah.
other grants.
So she could do that, we wouldn't see it, but she would get the cultural
She-
grant.
She could, but it's gonna be, so she's missed,
But she could do it for this October, cause we got, if it's $750, we got her for 7 months.
well, 2024 is spoken to for, and this October is 2024.
But January is 2025, so if they take the
Right.
applications in October of 2024, I would think she could do anything
Then we can extend
after,
it.
for the year,
I
you know,
thought-
just starting in
right, right, right.
January. See what I'm saying? So if she
Right.
applied, she could maybe get it for starting in January,
I can ask her to do
because
that
this is
certainly.
May, June, July, August.
Cause Nancy,
Yep.
you said reimbursements, when I hear the word reimbursement, that means it's something that already
Mhm.
happened.
It's true.
So in other words, you've taught this class, it
Yeah.
costs X,
And then you get it,
would
yeah.
you give us a stipend to help us pay for something that already happened?
Although, see, I
I
was
don't know.
told, I was told by people in the cultural committee, that they were changing that, and this was a few years ago. This is like before COVID, I was told they were changing that, but when I read it today, that they were changing it to be for the forward instead of reimbursement.
Okay.
But when I read it today, unless they didn't update their website, it said reimbursement. It said form of payment, and it said reimbursement.
Yeah, 'cause for my children's parade, that I wouldn't get it until, a while after
Okay.
my children's parade.
Alright, so this,
If you
so
apply.
why don't we go for the art program like this? I will contact Jen, I mean, we just found this out today about GFA. So I can contact, Jen, the art teacher, or Cindy can, and we can say to her, so we have this amount, we'd like to still see a yearly program, you know, and would you be willing to start, knowing you're gonna get this kind of amount to start with?
Yeah.
And would you be willing to extend it for the year, you know, and try for a cultural grant?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Does that make sense, to make up the other?
If she wants to do it that way, that would be her choice.
Well, right, and if not, we can cut the program if she doesn't get it. That would still be, if she, say we started it in September, I don't see really a need to start, you know, our program really, now we're hitting summer.
So, do you think that the art group could, do something to raise a little bit of money, like maybe have an art show, or maybe sell some of their art stuff, or, and that could go towards their classes, or towards their teacher?
Their expenses?
Just to help us out, because right now we're kind of in a little bit of a bind, you know.
I think that asking an artist to do that, I think you're gonna, I think
Yeah.
I don't think
No.
that's
Plus, this is gonna be open to all and not just the
Yeah.
ones that are currently,
Cultural grants also want it open to more ages too, so
Yeah.
we have to open it up to like everybody.
Yeah, so why not, that's fine,
Yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
fine, I'm just saying, as an artist, like selling your painting, if they're gonna do an art show, a lot of them, people that I think here don't wanna put them for sale, but if they
Well-
do, you know,
But the other guy, Charles, what was it, Charles Smith, was that his name?
Charles, yeah,
Whatever.
Gray.
We were taking that out of the services account. And we weren't getting a grant for that, we were just taking it out of that. I look at this and say, well, over the course of a year, it's gonna be $1,500 to pay her. Well, we already got $750.
right,
So if we don't have any more money, we go look at the services account. Or maybe, depending on how things go, you know, we look at the formula grant account. It's $750, not $7,500. And I think, once we start the program, if it's well attended and people like it, we should just, not that we couldn't ask her to apply, but we just,
You could do both.
We
You
can
know,
do both.
And
we've
if-
offset
if-
50% of the cost, which I think is wonderful.
right.
But that's exactly what you said. If the art class shows that it's a need and people are interested and you get the people that wanna come and do, then okay. But let's see what we do with this art.
Yeah, if you only get 2 or
Let's
3
see
people,
what we got.
Then it's not,
is that
yeah.
worth? It's not worth us doing the other
Yeah.
750. But if you get 5, 6, 7, 8 people showing up every time, it's
Right.
a different story. Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
And it
I think we
it
should
can
wait and
take
see.
years, I mean, look at the music program. It really, we look at it now, we say, wow, there's 30 people, you know, we had 21 people show up for Memorial Day. Most of them, half of them were out of towners, you know what I mean, but they came here to sing with the group. But that took years. That program is like, you know, 13 to 15 years old. So.
Well, from what we discussed though,
But
the
we always
last
had more
time,
than 2 or 3
when,
people.
when this program was presented
We
to
only
us,
have 3 or 4 in the beginning.
you know, the other guy, it was only watercolor.
Yeah.
She's gonna use all
She
media,
is.
and that to me is a much more attractive
Yes, yes.
lure to have people come in. That they can do watercolor, they can do pencil sketches, they can do oils, they can do acrylic, you know, they can do all, whatever medium they wanna do. I think it will be more successful than the other one.
Oh, I hope so. And she's young and vivacious and she does these programs all over. So she's very, you know, all other senior centers and other places, so.
Good.
So if we had taken money from the services account in the past,
Mm-hmm.
how much was that for a year's worth of that program?
I don't,
Well,
I think
we
you
haven't
got
had it for a
$10,
while.
you got like $10 an hour.
But we were paying basically
And we were
at least
paying-
$100 a month, at
You
least.
said 120 a month, so.
I'm thinking
so-
one.
Oh, okay.
When I would write the checks, it would, Claudia would write up a bill for approval, and it
We
was
might
usually
have that.
around $120.
So what, so it's,
So-
yeah.
A month? Was it 120 a month?
Well, by the time he did 4 weeks, was it? At 30, no, or 3 weeks,
Cause
at
we paid him every 6 weeks.
every 6 weeks was us.
Every
so
6
it was-
weeks we paid him,
Okay, so,
so,
I don't know. I can go back and find it.
so it was $10 a class. And we
Okay,
paid him every 6 weeks, so it was $120 every 6 weeks.
Okay.
So it
Every
was like
6 weeks.
$600 I guess, so that's
That's
what
a
it
good
is.
start, but people
It'd be
like it, but
$600
it's
bucks.
something to,
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it's a
Nine.
good way to
He quit
start it.
because there was-
9
Exactly.
times.
He quit
I
because
say
there wasn't
120.
enough
go with the
interest.
750,
is.
if everybody likes it, we can always
Oh,
take it out of.
1,000.
We might have a better interest if there's more than
Yes,
one,
that's
like
how
you were
much it
saying,
is.
one more
It
than
was,
one.
Yes.
we were paying him over $1,000 a year.
Mm.
Okay, so.
We just did
No,
the
we
math.
just did the math.
We just did the math.
We're paying him over $1,000 a year.
No,
Right.
it's every 6 weeks.
Every 6 weeks.
Do you want to
52.
contact Cindy about this, you want me to?
52, do you divide that by 6?
Okay, I'll
Doesn't
get
make
her
it
number.
nine.
9
Huh?
times
I'll get her number if I
120.
leave.
Oh, I can do, I mean, it doesn't matter, hon, I can, you can.
No,
We
this
just
is
decide
the
'cause you're
account.
working
We
already,
started
unless
with-
you want me to just bring the 750, if you think she's gonna
We're
do
doing
something.
sidebars, so
No,
I
I
mean, I
can't
think
follow
we're
the
very
whole
happy to get
conversation.
I'll
that.
explain
At
the.
least you don't have to take the notes.
To get this kid started,
Number this
we can get it started,
I have to
That's
take
it,
the notes.
just stay with the program,
see how it
Thank you.
goes.
Yep.
let's stay with the program and, see how it goes
Try to
and
make
go
it
from
work.
there.
Okay,
Is there
Sounds
any
good.
other programs that were talked about last
I
time?
was just looking at what the other one was that was mentioned.
So we got the cooking for 2, 1 or 2, coming up. I don't
Do we have a
the
date for that? We have a date?
Yes, we do have a date.
It's in the newsletter. He's got a newsletter right here.
Cooking for 1 or 2?
Cooking for 1 and 2.
Cooking for 1 or 2 is coming up. What else we got going on?
Is Mark doing that?
Yes.
And we
Alex
don't
is
pay
coming.
for that,
Well,
right?
you got a
No,
lot of
no.
stuff coming up. You
We
got the
got a lot of good
boutique,
things for free.
which is
Yeah.
the 28th,
We like
29th,
that.
and 30th. Did you
And the
get that
yard
now?
sale, yard
The
sale and
boutique
boutique.
and the yard sale.
I have a question, the
The
boutique
28th.
was listed on the, news, the minutes as being under the umbrella of Friends, I thought it was under the umbrella of Golden Ages.
It's Golden Ages.
It's under the, well, the boutique is the Golden Ages,
Okay,
The yard
but I
sale.
think they're gonna help us out with the funds.
Okay.
But yard sale is under the umbrella for the Friends.
okay, they were
Oh,
put
is it?
together in the minutes, so I just wanted to make sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So the
You've
yard
got-
sale's under Friends
Yeah.
and the boutique is under Golden
Golden
Age.
Age.
Okay, cause I don't think that's
Did
what we
they
said
do it?
last time, but I got it now.
Did they do a bake sale like that?
The Friends is thinking they might do a bake sale on that day.
Oh, I thought Golden Ages did it.
The
Okay.
Friends might do a
Yeah.
bake sale on that day, and
Yeah.
they're talking about maybe doing hot dogs
I'm doing a sidebar.
that weekend.
Yeah.
So, they're thinking about doing that, which
Who's-
would be fun.
7.
Who's doing that?
Asta was talking about it, she's gonna talk about it at the next meeting,
Friends.
doing hot dogs that day and maybe having a bake sale.
Oh, for the yard sale day or the?
Yeah, for the yard sale day, yeah.
June 13th is the, cooking for 1 or 2.
What day is that? Does it say?
When's Ken's barbecue?
The 13th is a Thursday.
Thank you.
The week after the deck storm.
Ken/Bill's barbecue?
It's at 10 o'clock in the morning.
June 13th is Thursday.
Yeah, that's what Sue just said, I think. Oh, I
Do you
I
wanna
was-
know all the programs that are coming up in June? Don't forget computer help is the first Wednesday, which
Wednesday.
is the 5th.
Yeah, which is next Wednesday, 10 to 12.
Yeah.
And what's the date on that?
June 5th.
June 5th, that's
Sixth.
correct.
Is the computer help through the AARP or just,
It was just us
I think
volunteering.
it's Nancy's son.
no, no.
No, he's not here.
No,
AARP,
my
what
daughter
is
does
that?
that.
Really?
He
Up
was here the
Plymouth,
first
New
one.
Hampshire.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Through the
No,
AARP.
it's just to help with
It's
their,
complicated.
It's Whitney, Lorraine, myself, and you know, maybe two of us are here each time, and then Mike, did Mike show up last time?
no,
Okay.
it was just Whitney and I.
Okay. I oversee
and
it, I
we
make
had-
sure we have at least two people.
We had a couple of people that, you know, and it's not,
Okay.
it's, you know, most of the stuff is how to use your phone, you know, like texts and attachments, or the sound isn't working right,
Yeah.
or,
That can
so,
happen easily.
anything more complicated than that, it's like,
So, what would you like to know, like, the state rep is coming on the 11th, do you wanna get into that kinda stuff, or
No, I think we're
not
good.
responsible?
No,
The singers are having a concert on the 18th of June.
Oh, yeah.
Where is the concert?
Ashburnham Senior Center.
I think we're talking about our programs.
Yeah, and Claudia, do you have anything planned, or
Our
did you hear anything on programs for the Christmas holiday?
I have one, I booked it actually, for $149. We're going to go to Connecticut to a show and dinner. And it's an old theater that's been around forever. It's $149 for the dinner, the trip down, and the show, which I did not think it was bad. I have to have 40 people.
oh, that went up, I thought it
got
was
a date?
35.
Yes,
Yes, November 20th, it's in the
No,
newsletter.
what's the show?
The God Bless Us Everyone, it's a comedy.
Is it in the
Is
same?
that off of, the Christmas Carol?
Yes,
Okay.
That's where we went the last time?
Scrooge
I
and
don't think so.
All right, God bless.
Tiny Tim.
What are the hours for that?
Do you know
So
the name of the place?
It's, the show's at 2 in the afternoon.
So what, we leave here, what
we
time?
also have this one with the Beat Generation coming in on August 9th.
Oh, yeah, that's right, that's a Friday, right?
Yeah,
what's
Yeah.
the name of that?
Advertisement,
it's, yeah,
The Beat Generation.
cultural review of the 1950s through music. So that one we have, and we have,
Wanna pass that down to,
That
Mel
one
so
I
she
have a
can
couple.
zoom?
Is Friday, August 9th.
Mel needs it for her notes.
It's all in the newsletter.
August 9th.
Okay.
Oh, I
You
come
still have
away. Maybe
plenty of
it's
time to
getting
go
down
through
now,
those.
but-
and this
That's
one
okay.
is the Ivory Ton Playhouse.
So,
That's
okay,
what-
now we're back to the Playhouse, right, the dinner?
The
Yep.
dinner and the
Okay,
show, it's
so
a,
have you started the list already for that?
yeah, I got one, I got a sign-up sheet, right here,
Day of the week?
Wednesday. It's a Wednesday. Got a
November
sign-up sheet
20th
right
is a
here.
Wednesday?
In the S-
11,
Oh,
the
20.
yes,
Scotch
actually I do.
Plains Tavern is where they're gonna have lunch,
Because I take
and they have a menu right
Put
here,
it on my
the menu is here.
friend's
Excuse me.
site.
Time is.
So if anybody wants to take a look at that,
Yeah.
that should be fun. I was looking for a trip to,
Thought you were gonna do the trip to the
The
Kittery
Pennsylvania, was that the one?
trip to the what?
Kittery? No.
We just talked
I'm
about
sorry,
it,
no,
not Ocean,
I
the
didn't do
beach.
that.
I didn't do that one.
Sometimes,
What was the other
I'm
one I was
forgetting it's
looking?
not Christmas.
What does it say, Vermont?
Wasn't there something?
Oh, I
that
was looking into a trip to Ocean City, Maryland.
Oh, my God, that's
I thought would be fun to see the wild horses, they had a whole big thing, but I don't have that down pat yet, I gotta make sure I get everything. But there's another one that just came up, it's a train ride through West Virginia. It sounds like it'd be fun, the trains are like 1902, and I mean, I said, "Ooh, this sounds like a fun trip, it's like a 2-day trip. But I haven't got that organized
So
quite
should
yet.
this one not be in here?
what is it?
Vermont.
That's not just Vermont. What is he, Vermont? That's where they're from. That's a
Oh,
company.
never mind.
That's a
We're not
company.
going to Vermont. Also, she's gonna take us to Connecticut and then Vermont. We're leaving at 9:30, by the way, if you go that Connecticut trip.
Yeah, 9:30 in the morning.
We were
And
talking
then
about
when do we
that.
get back?
We get like back, it says on this, what, 6?
Okay, well, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, arrive home safely at 6:30.
It'll be dark,
Yeah.
be all right.
You're so
Can I
fresh.
call you?
You call me out, you want.
Anything else on
So,
programs or?
the other
you
thing
see
was that
so
we
you
talked
see what-
about John came in today, so as we all know that.
Oh, John's house, right.
So we talked about going to John's house for dinner, and he said he'd like to get his kids involved in this, but I have to call his daughter Karen. He wants to try to figure out what the menu, first he told me he would want a certain menu, and then he told me that he couldn't eat all kinds of food, so I had to call his daughter to find out what we should bring for food, but then he said, well, maybe we'd like to do something, and so, I don't know, I think maybe we should extend it to maybe people who are very friendly, like Astor and Richard, you know, maybe he'd like us. I said, John, we're not having a big party here now, you know, cause he wanted to set up some tents and he
Oh
wanted to-
jeez.
I said, no, we're not having a big party, we just wanna come down and visit with you and spend some time, you know? But I gotta call his sister and
It'll
find
go
out.
to his way, then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
You know
I
how
said, we just
small
wanna see your,
gatherings kind of
we
get?
wanna see your garden that you made for Pat and just visit a little bit, maybe have a drink or something, I said, he says, oh yeah, I got that. But you know, interesting thing, I was talking to him today and he said he had, I hope he's not listening. He said he had a sign that said, if love could have saved you, you would have lasted forever. And that he wanted to put in Pat's garden, but he can't find the sign. So I thought, wouldn't it be nice if I could find either, my son does that, if I could find somehow to have someone paint it, of course my painting lady passed away, so I can't get her to do it, but if I could get that sign, we could bring it
That would be
with him
nice.
to put in the garden.
Mm-hmm. It's
He
hard to,
said,
I looked for a sign
"Oh."
like that, I put the exact thing that, I saw it somewhere,
Well,
and I
some
put
of
the
our
exact
articles-
thing, like an internet
Yeah, I
search,
was
but I
gonna
couldn't
say,
find
I
it.
mean,
Well, I think I would have someone make it.
exactly.
So I'm gonna look into seeing if I can find someone, my son, or, you know, he does that metal stuff.
Yeah.
He can put in the gardens he has. So,
Sorry. It's windy at my house this
it was,
morning.
it was nice that he's, you know, it was kinda nice. But anyway, we had a nice long talk, so I gotta call his sister, but he said he thought maybe finger foods.
Yeah.
Chicken wings, he did say chicken wings, how about chicken wings? So I was like, oh.
I thought it was gonna be like a little luncheon, you know,
Yeah,
like
that's what I-
cucumber sandwiches or something, you know?
Yeah, it
Well,
was
he's a
like we
guy.
could have,
Yeah.
you know, roll seafood salad or tuna or chicken, but I gotta talk to his
What's that?
I think it wouldn't,
It's my, yeah.
No egg salad though.
No egg salad,
He
he's
was
had
very,
enough of that.
he's like,
Can he do spicy?
And I don't think, I
Like,
don't
so
know.
chicken wings,
Well,
but
you're
you
gonna
get
talk to his
non-spicy.
daughter, right?
Huh?
Yeah.
You're gonna talk to his daughter?
I'm
so
gonna
you
talk to
can-
his daughter,
Okay.
so we'll talk to his daughter on that,
But we don't
and,
have a date, do we?
19th,
Oh, we do have a date on that?
yeah,
June
June
19th.
19th, right, that's a Wednesday, I
Oh.
think, look up,
Oh, okay.
that, and 1 o'clock. So far.
Lots going on in the night that week.
Uh-oh, is there 19th, something going on, I didn't see it.
No, I'm just saying, that's a
Say
busy
one.
week.
Because that's Golden Age meeting, and I thought somebody would be here at the senior center, cause the Golden Ages wouldn't be, I don't think invited, would they? Oh, you would be,
That's bread day.
I can skip over it.
yeah,
1 o'clock?
1 o'clock.
Okay, update on the deck.
Update on the
You have
deck.
anything?
Yeah, I talked to Nate and I've been working on it, and he, we still haven't got this signed agreement with him yet, he's waiting for his insurance company. So of course, that makes me worried, because I don't,
He doesn't have
Sorry.
insurance?
It's bonding.
he's got his bonding, yeah. So he's just waiting, they drag their feet, I guess, on that. So Nate called him last week,
Wanna pass
he
that
called him
down?
again this week, and he's still on board, as far as I know, he's still on board.
Does this mean the price is gonna go up?
No, can't.
No,
No, we can't.
no, you just say.
Did we sign the contract?
The
Tom did.
selectmen, everybody's on
It's
on
all
board.
signed, so they can't change the thing, right?
Not signed.
Everything's on
signed.
board with everything, we're just waiting to get back from him. His information and his insurance that he has to have,
Yeah, yes.
In
So
order
you
to
said
do
it
the
was
deck.
not signed,
The contractor.
It's not finalized.
it's
on
not
his side.
finalized
so that
yet,
means he can do what he
Yeah.
wants to do.
Yeah,
but he's,
You're welcome.
it's gonna be fine, but I'm just waiting to
I'm
see it.
just saying if
I
it
don't-
isn't.
I don't want him to back up.
well, we're waiting for him at this point.
Waiting for him, everything's all set, waiting for his insurance. That's it.
Okay,
What is that
As
called?
far as I
Auto
know, it's still on
insurance?
starting the end of August.
any other matters that have to be taken care of? No questions, no answers, no?
No
Well,
questions from me.
it's almost
Oh,
like
did
we
you-
can't do it, we can't really do anything until the deck is done.
You can't do
You
anything.
really, you can't have a tea or.
No, but didn't we wanna have a barbecue before that?
No, we were gonna wait until
wait
after
until
the
We
deck.
wait until after the deck, the barbecue?
Yeah, that was the.
Yeah, because of the
Okay, so I-
finance, for the
Well,
finance.
because it's gonna be under construction, so you can't
It's
really
true.
have anything in
It's true.
August.
We're gonna have limited parking
Well, they're not
and
gonna
all
start
that.
till the end of August, but.
So we got June and July and August, basically. We should try to plan something that we could have inside, during the summertime. I don't know,
Thing for fun.
you got
Look
all
at
of
you.
June, July and August,
Well, June's kinda busy already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, June is,
But I mean,
busy,
you know,
July or August.
that's amount of time.
Yeah.
Nothing, think about it,
Well, we still have all the regular stuff,
Yeah, we
all the
do.
cards
yeah, we
and
have all our regular stuff.
the regular stuff. The special thing that we did last year was the barbecue, but we're kinda waiting for
Yeah.
that. I mean, we
Okay.
have the gas grill, and we could roll it around
Yeah.
to
So
the
we
parking
did
lot and
discuss
do
that
it.
last time about.
The problem was that we were gonna wait to make sure we had enough finances for the deck, if something happens, that we need money
Oh,
for the
that's
deck.
Right,
Right.
Right.
So if we
Okay.
spend the money and then we have an issue with the deck, then we don't have the money, so we wanted to wait.
okay.
I believe that's what we
And
talked
the-
about.
The Friends are doing all the pop-up, yard sales that will be going on all.
Right.
Until we can,
Yeah.
So the senior
Oh,
centers
some-
kinda help them out putting it together anyway,
Yeah.
like we
Yeah.
usually do.
And that's the other thing, if you're having a lot of yard sales, pop-up yard sales on the weekends, you can't really
That's
have,
right.
you can't have
Yeah.
anything on the
Don't even
weekends
have
at
enough.
least, you know.
yeah,
And
we'll
what
be
is-
busy, we'll be looking for.
What is our involvement, the COA board's involvement with
In
the
what?
pop-up yard sales and stuff? What are we supposed to be doing?
Working it.
Do the
We
friends
wanna
want
help
We
that?
are
Friends.
helping the friends out by working the
Okay.
yard sale.
Yeah,
They want
But
our
is it
help.
every weekend?
They
and
want our
who's
help.
gonna-
Well, they helped
Yeah.
us, so it's
They helped
fair
us,
to-
so we're
Yeah.
helping
to give
them.
them.
Oh, I think we
Yeah.
should help them too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So
just
we're helping
asking,
them.
how are we figuring, are we gonna assign weekends or? I'm
Well-
involved with the boutique thing.
So you're gonna
Yeah.
be with the boutique. Anybody that wants to help out with the yard sale, on that, we're gonna be setting up on Thursday, Friday and Saturday.
I don't know if I can work it because I'll be taking pictures.
I think Friday, Saturday and Sunday will be, and probably Thursday people will stop.
Good for you, Lorraine, that's a
Friday,
good
Saturday and
one.
Sunday.
And do- so that, then the last,
I doesn't matter, we can just-
the last week of June.
Well, I'll
don't
tell
think
you,
they
by
get
Sunday
that.
afternoon, everybody's back
They
is
make
like
me-
aching.
Well, these
That's got a
pop-ups.
group in here helping her, so
Yeah.
that's fine. If
Oh,
you're at the
geez.
boutique, don't you
Alright.
worry about
Yeah.
anything, but you're a boutique, setting
Yeah.
up with Bev, doing stuff with Bev.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll help her get her stuff.
I mean, we
on
have a
and stuff.
lot of stuff for the yard sale, so.
Yeah, we have a lot of nice stuff for the yard sale, so
We'll be dragging
We
that
could
out.
bake, certainly, and if
that's
friends
for
want
the,
help
that's
bake.
for the friends, they
Friends.
wanna do a bake table,
Yeah, when they want help,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
they'll take our food.
Yeah, they'll take off.
We'll
Take
take
that out,
anything
I'll
you-
say no to that.
What's pop-up yard sale?
She's gonna have one
The
of
yard
those.
If it's
sale.
gonna be a nice
Spur of the
weekend,
moment, yeah,
Spirit, last minute.
Do
Here
it.
in the moment.
if it's gonna rain all weekend, you got it off.
yeah, if it's gonna be a nice weekend, I'm not going anywhere, you know what, I think I'll just go up there and sit around and,
For a couple of hours.
yeah, on Saturday and Sunday.
You know,
Maybe 9 to 2 or something, or,
How big is this first one gonna be?
I don't know. I don't know
Depends
yet, I
on
don't know
how
how
much
I
stuff.
feel. Don't know how much help I'm gonna have, I don't know if I'm
That's
gonna
the
do it myself, or if I'm gonna have.
28th of
I
June.
can
Well, we
help
had a
you.
pretty good sized one last
Oh,
year.
yeah, but, yeah, we did, but all we need is someone to sit behind the something and, you know,
Just turn it
Set
on
up
a
and
li-
clean
yeah,
up.
so you don't.
set up.
No
It
dumpster,
won't be
right?
bad.
We
No
don't do all
dumpster.
that stuff.
No, we're
Tell
not
me what to
dumping
do
it.
with my phone.
Keep it.
Okay.
Dump it as we.
And you're
Motion to
teaching everybody how to
adjourn on
use
that
it.
point?
And the next meeting is
Next meeting is?
I don't have my phone, so I can't
Tuesday,
look at
June
me.
25th, that's the fourth Tuesday.
Okay.
That might be good, because that will be just before we do the event, and
Good
then maybe we
idea,
get
yeah.
then people will know more what they're doing.
What event?
The 28th.
Yeah, it's
Pop-up.
The one we were
What
just
event? The one you were
talking
just talking about, oh, well, your phone went off, so you couldn't hear what was going on.
Well, no, I have that in my photography notes.
She's got short attention span syndrome, yeah.
Are we still doing 4 o'clock on Tuesday?
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay.
I can do 4,
I can, I've got orchestra
You better
these
write it
nights, so
down.
I have to leave by 5. As long as we keep
Okay.
them an hour.
So motion to
Motion to
adjourn,
adjourn.
Mel.
Dan,
Second,
Seconded.
Yep.
Sue.
Yep.
And
Motion accepted.
adjourned at
His hearing's on the
4:52.
22nd, anybody